Hello everyone. Okay, so back with my second video, which I promised about Dreamwork dreaming, and this is not really going to be, I'm going to do more videos about this, so it might not be. I kind of want to focus on certain dreams that I've had in connection to the harassment that I've faced and certain things of that nature. And I really do want to talk about Dreamwork with in the future about interactions in dreams, ritual work in dreams, banishing entities in dreams, in energetic realm, like in astral or whatever dream, whatever astral dream. It kind of varies depending on the situation. Energy exchanges in dreams with deities and other beings. Within dreams and astral. Anyways, you get what I'm saying. So I want to cover that as well. But I wanted to talk about a certain dream that I had years ago, before I ever noticed this was going on. Remember, again, one day you just notice this shit goes on. It never happened before, and then one day they call going live or whatever. It just, you notice it. So this dream I had before I ever noticed this stuff. And what it was I was getting out of a car with my boyfriend. And I step out, it's a city, and I step out of a parking lot, out of the car. I'm getting out of the car, I look up, there's this big helicopter. It's coming down, it's crashing down, it's spinning, its propellers, and it crashes into a building diagonally. And after that happens, there's a whole bunch of police, a whole bunch of like sirens, right? Police, whatnot. And then all of a sudden these rail guns, these like metallic kind of slanted grates with like barrels, come up out of the streets and start firing, and there's people running and stuff. And this is very interesting because later on it provokes, it kind of, well, it makes you think of a police state, something that's, and as we all know, anyone who's been through this targeting of some sorts, how it's tied in with some of that corruption, and how it is tied in with like the police state of monitoring and spying, of harassment, of provoking, of creating criminals where there are none, the sort of things like that, and just getting other people to police other people or try to get them to do things they would not normally or regularly do. That is a crime. It's corruption. It is corruption. Obviously not every person in law enforcement or any of the emergency systems are doing this, but some are, or some might just be following orders or whatnot. If you've ever questioned any of your local governments, that can get you in trouble online, which I have done because there were some questionable things that happened in my area a few years ago, and I talked about it, or I was talking to people online about it, and I guess, people watch that and can get you into trouble or whatnot. I'm assuming that's what happened, as well as some other things, some electronic Facebook harassment that I had received around that time. But anyways, getting back to dreams. Dreams can be very prophetic. They can tell you what happens in the future. I'm not saying that's going to happen. It can be an intent. It can be a kind of like a warning. It might be an extreme show of what's going on, or what some people want, or what could happen, or what will happen. I have had a dream. I've had dreams where you can dream of future people, obviously. People that come into your life. You're like, oh, I've known you in a dream. You had that. I had a situation happen to me growing up. I was in a physically abusive, sort of a really, really controlling, really domineering environment. And something that happened, I might get into the situation later, I might talk more about it, but really, to summarize it, what happened was the exact same thing I dreamed about the night before. The exact same thing of what happened, pretty much. Pretty much exactly, there's little offs and, because it's a dream and whatnot. But it was pretty much the same play out of events, really weird, of what happened the next day. And I didn't heed it. What I should have done was I should have heeded what happened and like make precautions and like did things differently that day or throughout like the weeks and just did something differently. But it taught me to really listen to my dreams because the exact same thing happened. And it was the weirdest thing. I've had weird things happen in my childhood. Weird things happen growing up, adolescence to teenage years as well. Dreams have always been one of those things that's been really been there. And of course, growing up, energy exchange as well. So, but anyways, I don't want to get too far off topic for this video. I really wanted to talk about that dream and how it didn't register till I've always remembered the dream because that was it was an intense dream and it was a very vivid dream, very intense dream. And it dawned on me later when I was thinking about this and I was thinking about like the police state kind of issue with, I'm like, oh my gosh, that's exactly, that connection was there. There was something there. There was something in that dream that was saying, hey, this is going on. And I've also had some other things pop up in dreams that happen later on with current issues. And not to say that because the world is, well, we can always get into like just really pulling things apart, but I won't do that in this video. I'll restrain myself. But anyways, yeah, I really, again, I want to do a series on, I'll make like a playlist where I'll have things, but that's going to be a focus on it because we really need to listen to our dreams. Like, not every dream is going to come true, like, for that. Like, not everything's, but there are messages and there are cautions and there are things you need to at least think about. Again, a lot of people do dream journaling, that's a good idea. I should have been doing it a lot more than I have been doing it. But yeah, even if you can remember some of your dreams retrospectively, it's best to get it right away. But you get a lot of messages, and there's different kind of messages you'll get, like different kinds of dreams, different kind of interactions, different kind of activity on the spiritual realm during dream work. But anyways, talk about that later. So yeah, until next time, peace, love, light.